All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Alex Johnson. I am the president of the Plano West Rotary Club, and thank you for attending. To kick off this meeting, I am going to hand off to our illustrious past president and sergeant of arms, Mr. Mike Walker. Take it away.
All right, thanks, Mr. President. And Michelle, a special thanks to you for coming by, bringing all of that wine, picking up that wine at the office today.
What?
You're on mute.
You told me you were going to have breakfast ready for me. I didn't see the breakfast.
But that was at 5 o'clock.
I was still sleeping.
Yeah, and Glenn, count those bottles she brought home. I gave her 7. So
I'm glad you didn't say 8.
I should have said 8. Anyway, there's some brag bucks today. Mr. Thomas, do you have a brag buck for us this afternoon?
Well, I just thank God that I made it through this another week, and my wife came through surgery, so everything looking good right now.
That is good brag.
Amen.
Miss Leach, how about you?
I'm going to brag about the wonderful Halloween team I have, Michelle and Diana. We've been working hard, and I think we got everything ready for tomorrow. We're excited about the party tomorrow night, and we'll talk more later.
Thank you. Glenn, how about you? You ever brag this afternoon?
We're going to get to see our youngest grandbaby here Friday afternoon. So as always, we're excited about that. She's starting to find her vocal cords, so it should be interesting.
Thank you. Michelle, how about you? You ever brag?
Yeah, just same as Glenn. We're so excited to see our granddaughter. That's a fun age, and I'm glad to see everybody here, and I'm so glad to hear that Tamara is doing well, and I assume everybody else here is healthy. So, amen.
You.
Good stuff.
Yeah, thank you. LaShawn, you ever brag this afternoon?
I do. Thanks to the Halloween party tomorrow night, I am doing today on my day off what I really love to do and don't do very much anymore, which is cook. So, Lisa, Michelle, my house smells like banana pound cake right now.
Ooh. What's your home address?
That sounds fabulous.
It's going to be smelling like Hawaiian banana nut bread when I'm done with this call. And it just feels good to have a day off and to be just in my house doing things that I remember loving but don't do very much anymore. So thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to have to look up her address here.
Yeah, email that to me, Glenn. We'll go over there.
Can we bottle up that smell and
Yeah.
All right, you ever brag this afternoon?
Yeah, I think I mentioned to you guys that I was running this group last week. It's in the chat. So, we have now over 300 members. I'm just enrolling 2 more, so it's growing.
Awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Mr. Fred, do you ever brag? You know, we never brag. Mr. Frankenfield, do you ever brag this afternoon?
Yes, I'd like to brag about all the citizens of the USA going out and voting in record numbers. Great.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Zane, you ever brag?
I don't know. I cleaned a lot this week. So like use the carpet washer and stuff. So I don't know. That's kind of it.
Wow.
Well, it was nice having that done.
You need to do more though.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Erica, do you ever brag?
Keep it up.
Whoop, where'd she? There she is. You're on mute, Erica.
Sorry, I'm no, just thanks to everybody for being so welcoming and friendly at the last few events that I've participated in. This is a tough meeting for me to make because I come off a 90-minute team meeting, so my brain is a little fried sitting at the desk, but I'm happy to be here.
We're glad you're here.
Yeah. Thanks.
Let's see. Taha, you ever brag this afternoon?
I voted yesterday. So this is my first time voting. So
Good
that
for
was
you.
exciting.
All right. Was the line very long?
No, actually, I thought it'd be, but it wasn't.
Alright.
I voted with my mom yesterday. So that was nice.
Okay, thank you. I think the last person I asked is Mr. Thomas, but James, if you're there, you're muted. Okay.
Well, I think it's because I'm muted, like you said.
I wonder what you look like today.
Not only muted, it looks it looks as if I'm also invisible. Okay, so quickly, let me share this with you very quickly. Is I have a little beard. It's because I'm quarantined right now.
Oh,
Yeah. Lucky me.
Oh, wow. So
So
what,
having
14
fun.
days or
Yeah,
just
well,
day one or?
we're trying to work it out right now as we speak. So just trying to get it together. But this shouldn't be. I'm fine, and the lovely wife is fine. So we are good. Just a precautionary scenario. So just
Maybe LaShawn will drop off some of that bread she's baking.
Oh, so now I'm being volunteered. Okay.
But were we discussing our brags?
Yeah, and she bragging that she's making all this homemade bread and stuff, and we all got hungry.
I would love. Actually, that's exactly what my doctor suggested that I needed.
Ah,
You know, that's a bad thing.
Funny how life works, isn't it?
Let's see here. Thank you, James. Clarence, so you want to give us a brag this afternoon? Yeah, Clarence may be trying to find the unmute button and the camera button.
Clarence, you're on mute.
While we're waiting for Clarence to find the unmute button, Nicole, do you ever brag?
Yes, I actually had a really great weekend. I went away to Broken Bow and stayed in a cabin with a friend of mine for her birthday, and it was a group of us, and we just had a really relaxing, amazing time.
great.
Wow.
Well, we need those every now and then, don't we? Okay.
Beautiful Broken Bow. Wow.
Yep.
yeah.
Tom, do you ever brag today? Mr. Posey? He's on mute there. You're on mute, Tom. Mr. President, there we go. Tom, you ever brag?
Yeah, I'm vertical and proud of it.
See, I think I've got everybody on the brag. Clarence hadn't found his unmute button. Okay, how about I use this? I think you kind of like me to once a month to kind of highlight a Rotarian. It's not the Rotarian of the month, but somebody just to put them on the spot a little bit, and we selected Fred Thomas. Fred, you want to unmute? I've got a couple of questions for you. It's the other button, Fred. Hey, Fred, I have a question. And do you remember, and I saw your wife standing over your shoulder a minute ago, do you remember where you two were when you first proposed marriage?
On the phone. When she said she was gonna marry me after 2 weeks, and it been 21 years.
Well, I guess she said yes.
Yep.
Okay. Then the last question, Mr. Thomas, is: do you remember what the first meal was that you and your wife had together when you first got married?
Mexican.
What?
Mexican.
Is that right, Ms. Thomas? Is it?
That's right. Yes, it is.
Boy, well, good for you. Congratulations. Okay, Mr. President, back to you.
Well, thank you. Back to me. Well, it's good to know that you guys met on the phone and you had Mexican food. That's what I heard, right, Fred? T?
Yes.
All right. Well, perfect timing. Well, I'm actually going to turn this over to you, Mr. Fred Thomas, and you're going to lead us in prayer. You muted yourself again.
Father God, we just thank you today, for this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. We thank for everybody on the Rotary today. They are doing well, they are living, they are prospering, they're in good health. And we thank for this meeting. It's going to be a successful with all of us, because you had kept all of us overnight while we slumber and slept. Just bless the meeting terrifically. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Well, now I'm going to turn it over to our other illustrious member with the same last name, Mr. James Thomas. Will you lead us in the pledge?
Absolutely. I trust that illustrious isn't synonymous with old, but here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag of the United States of America,
and
to the republic
for which it
stands
one
One
nation,
nation.
under God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible, and liberty for all.
justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Well, welcome, everybody. I missed you guys last week. I know Glenn did a great job. I've asked him multiple times if he'd continue running the meetings, but he won't. So I was thinking maybe at our next board meeting, we'll have a vote on it and overrule him anyway. I was teaching last week. Normally I travel, but now I Zoom. So from 10 to basically 5, I was solo teaching a class Monday through Friday. So long days. Way too much Zoom. So I'm good with running a meeting once a week for an hour and doing all that Zooming. Well, hey, let's kick off our day. What I'd like to do is talk about the Rotary Foundation a bit. On Saturday, it was World Polio Day. It's once a year, and you guys had a great presentation last week by Jan Sullivan talking about the importance of polio. And our board had an emergency meeting, text messaging, phone calls, and we decided in order to encourage our members to contribute to polio, we were going to match up to the first $100 of every donation. And we had, I will say, Erica, Roxana, Jim, and James, and then Laura and Alex, they all contributed. So thank you very much. And then outside of the match, my mom, she contributed a good amount. So she's working towards her Paul Harris Fellow with the polio, with her polio contribution. And so what I'd like to encourage everybody, I'm going to put this slide back up, to continue. We still have, actually what we decided as a club, we're going to continue to match everybody up to $2,000 total from a club side. We have not reached that amount. So if you guys, as you can see, bit.ly/polio donation, you could go there and donate, and we will match it in your name, and it goes towards your Paul Harris Fellow. But the cool thing about it is, I was talking to Glenn, if you donate $100, we match it for 100. So that means 200 goes in your names to the Rotary Foundation. Well, then the Bill and Melinda Gates, they double it. So that means so they add 400. So your $100 donation actually becomes $600, which actually vaccinates 990 children, which is pretty powerful, very, very powerful. And something else I wanted everybody to know about, if you thought about it, Rotary, we've been doing this for 30 plus years. We have this global infrastructure in place to handle the vaccinations for polio worldwide. And Rotary International is already working with the World Health Organization to use our global infrastructure for COVID vaccination. And so if you think about it, how long it's taken us to vaccinate all the children in the world. It's gonna, well, when we do COVID, we have to vaccinate everybody in the world. Plus we have a contagious disease that we're trying to vaccinate around. So when we donate towards polio, we're also contributing towards our infrastructure for COVID. And that just kind of makes it seem more real to me that polio, a lot of us, it was kind of, a lot of it has been resolved in the past, but COVID's today. And what we do through Rotary International and polio is going to be part of the solution for the entire world. So all of us should be pretty proud just to be Rotarians and that we are making that kind of impact. So just kind of wanted to point that out because not a lot of people tie it together like that. I'm going to throw this slide back up. One of the things I wanted to talk about is we finally have all of our committee chairs lined up. As you see under leadership and training, we have our membership chair, which is Roxana. We have service projects, which is Michelle. Club administration, which is Pandora. Then we have foundation, which is Joy. And we have public image, which is Bianca. So it's really exciting to have all the leaders in place. And Aziz has agreed to be our club treasurer. Yay for me and Glenn. So thank you, Aziz. His company, because he's a financial planner, they had compliance had to approve it. Took him a while. And so he's excited to do it. He loves working numbers. So he's been kind of shadowing me for the last month, but now we could be official. So the reason why I point all this out, all of our committee chairs, they're chairs of committees. So of their committees, they need people in their committees. And so we highly encourage, we beg and we plead for you to be involved. A lot of people here are already involved in different aspects, like Ricole. She handles registration for our events, the waivers, the t-shirts, which is kind of under service projects in a way. Same thing with Fred, with Ryla, youth services, which is under service projects. So everything that we do in the club falls among these committees. Then we have different members that are fulfilling different parts of it. So if you're not on a committee, let me know, the committee chairs know that you want to help out because our club is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so obviously we need to all chip in. With that said, getting bigger and bigger and bigger, I want to say a shout out to Taha here. He just turned in an application yesterday. He's a friend of Zane's. So thank you, welcome. He, if you want to say a little bit about yourself here.
So I'm a freshman at UTD and I'm a neuroscience major and I'm extremely interested in the service and volunteering, especially in this club. So I'm excited to join.
Well, thank you for being here, my friend.
Thank you.
Now, Zane tells me we possibly met because you weren't in Interact, but you helped out at some of the Interact things, right?
Yeah, I joined in some of the events that were creating just for the fun of it because I had time on hand. So I joined.
And that's exciting. That's the whole point of Interact, to give people a little, oh, something else that Taha didn't say. He's already a Rotaractor and he's an officer in the UTD Rotaract Club with Zane, Bianca, and Brandon. So, you know, he's what we would call an alumni, and now he joined Rotary. So really glad that you're joining, that you've joined our club, and it'll be fun for you to get to know the members over the next couple weeks. So thank you.
Thank you.
Also, so like I said, let us know if you want to volunteer with the committees, everybody, because committee chairs need help. We are one amazingly active club. It's so exciting. We just have so much to do. I know Glenn and I, our heads are spinning trying to keep up with everything. And so having your help just really makes everything work out well. I also want to point out, again, Rotary offers lots of training. At the end of that list, I show online courses. That's easiest for everybody to get into. You go into myrotary.org and they just have hundreds of courses professionally done. They're not all how to do Rotary courses. They're professional development. They partner with Toastmasters. there's speech, there's just great training. Then there's also, Rotary's not doing anything face-to-face, so everything's via Zoom. I just finished Rotary Leadership Institute, RLI, which was over 3, 6, 9, 10 Zooms over the last couple months. So woo, I'm done. Great leadership training from Rotary. Is there any other Rotarians that have gone through it, kind of put up a virtual or physical hand? I know Glenn, anybody else? Lisa, Fred, you hadn't done it before, Fred B? Or Tom?
Fred taught it.
So if you guys want to do it the next time it comes out, the club will pay for it. And so we encourage you. We're not gonna, they've asked me to be one of their instructors because I instruct professionally. And so now that I've graduated through it, I'm gonna start going through the trainer so we can have local resources. But like I said, I did it via Zoom, which was actually easier, 5:30 to 7:30, like 3 times a week. And so normally they have it in place, I think like an all weekend thing. Also, there's another thing called President-elect training. We call it PETS. And that's being done in Zoom. That's going to be in April. And once again, our club will pay for you to go to that. It's because it's over Zoom, it's a drastically reduced rate. And so I would like to open it up to any member that wants to go because it's the same price of normal training. And it's a great way of understanding what's going on in Rotary. Again, once again, it's going to be Zoom over a few days in February. So let me know if you're interested in that, because it kind of, to learn a little bit about Rotary kind of makes everything, it helps you understand what's going on. All right. Next, I have on there, we had some really great service projects over the weekend. We had 10 volunteers, 4 from our club. So thank you, Jenny, Michelle, Fred T, and Glenn. They had over 800 shoes that they had bagged up and put together. And so because of that, our total for the shoe drive is 2,620 shoes, which is huge and great job, everybody. Just so you know, not that many people know a lot about the details. We had a 2,500 shoe goal. It's 2,500 pounds. And if we don't meet that, there's no penalties. But if we meet it, there's a bonus. And because we met it, we get a 25% bonus. So instead of getting 40 cents a pound for the shoes, we're going to get 50 cents a pound for a shoe. So if we were just at 2,500, we would have gotten basically 1,000. Now we're going to get 1,250. And so, as you know, we're using these proceeds to benefit the Douglas community. So not only are we helping micro entrepreneurs across the world who are reselling the shoes, then we're doing community development here locally. So the shoe drive ends in the 31st, but I understand Glenn told me they're not going to do the final pickup till, when did you say, Glenn? Was it mid?
They didn't know, but it was going to be a while because they worked the whole U.S. So when they were going to get in this part of the world, we weren't sure, possibly mid-November.
So keep on collecting shoes. I mean, if churches, organizations, Glenn told me an organization that used to collect shoes said they're not doing it anymore, and they just brought them all over to Greek Isles. So we definitely want more of that. And so keep on collecting shoes. It's for a double good job. It's an international project and a local project, and great job, club. I know Fred and Tamara and David, every other week they're going to Waco and they're bringing back hordes and hordes of shoes. So we're getting shoes from other cities as well. So phenomenal. And then want to go through all our service projects. As you see, we've got a number of service projects coming up. I'm not going to talk about the Halloween party because we're going to hear about that a lot, which is tomorrow. But on Thursday, Benton Hall, one of our members, past president, 35 years in this club, He's a leader in Crew. I don't know how many people, I know James Thomas knows a lot about Crew because his sons were leaders in Crew when they were young, but Crew is a leadership development organization, Christianity based, and Benton's been a leader in that for 40 years. And they have an annual golf tournament. And to the best of my knowledge, this is the first time our Rotary Club is actually physically helping Crew. And even though every year they physically help us with the funnel cakes. So they just needed 5 volunteers. It's me, Fred B, Mike, Michelle, and Roxana. So thank you very much for everybody helping a fellow club member. On Saturday, we have our Douglas meal delivery. We only have 1 person signed up. So people sign up. We definitely need more than 1 person. It's actually one of our interactors that has signed up. So everybody sign up for this Saturday for us to get it done quickly. I think we need, what is it, Michelle? About 20 people, I think, to get it done officially. Usually we hit about 30. So hopefully get a lot of last minute signups. Shoe drive-ins on the 31st, I already talked about that. We are pre-selling pecans, but we'll officially, Fred B, will they be in next week, you think? November? Beamerdorfer. Can't hear you, you're muted. There we go.
What's your question, Alex?
When do we think the pecans will be in?
Well, usually the last week of October, but I haven't heard from Norma. So if we don't get them this week, we'll definitely probably get them next week.
So everybody, be ready to sell some pecans. Michelle and maybe Fred, they're going to be talking all about it next week because we have 24 new members that really have no clue what we do, how we do, and why we do it. So I will save that for them. But it's our second biggest fundraiser that we use to fund scholarships. And one of our club members, Bianca, was a recipient of one of those scholarships as well. So that's really exciting. It's always fun. I know a number of people have just purchased, that are in our club now, have purchased them from me in the past. And then also I want to talk about World Interact Week. We sponsor 2 Interact clubs, the Plano Senior High Interact Club and the Clark High School Interact Club. World Interact Week starts next week. I don't know what our Interact clubs are doing, but Bianca and Jenny are our Rotarian advisors, and I hope to find out what they're doing so we can do it with them, because that's interactors need to do things during Interact Week as part of their Rotary citation. So that kind of sums up everything that we have going on in our club. I got to tell you, one of my greatest joys is how our club is inspiring the community to do a lot of good. And all of you have joined to help us do that. And everybody that joins inspires another friend, a family member to serve with us, whether they join our club or not. But the fact that we are actually making a direct impact on Plano, like on a weekly basis. Last time I looked, we have done over 770 hours of community service in the last July, August, September, and October. So that's a lot. That's a lot of community service. That's like what, a good 200 a month. So you guys are just kicking butt. Well, with that, I am done talking. I am going to hand this off to our wonderful past president and service project chair and extraordinaire, and the person that keeps Glenn on the up and up, because he's a renegade. You guys don't know how wild it would be without Michelle keeping him in order. So I'm going to turn this over to Michelle, and she's going to introduce our speaker.
All right. Thank you, Alex. I am really excited and proud to be able to introduce Lisa, and a couple things before I get to her bio. She was one of very few women in our club when I joined, and she was just so welcoming and made me feel a part of the group. And so that was kind of my first introduction to Rotary and to Lisa, is just how friendly and warm she is. And another thing I wanted to say about Lisa is, thanks to Lisa, we have parties in our club. She is often, for as long as I've been in the club, she's been the main spearhead for all the fun parties that I can think of. So when we think about parties for our club, I think about Lisa. So those are just two personal inputs I wanted to make before I talk about her many accomplishments here, as you can see. So she's been in Rotary for 15 years in our club, which is awesome. I didn't know this till I saw her bio. She was Rotarian of the Year in 2009 and 10. And that's amazing. There's if I understand right, there's only one Rotarian of the Year per district. So
So I have to correct you. So it's not a district. It was our club. Brenda Taylor is the one who did that. That was the year Brenda Taylor was president. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, gosh, we should have Rotarian of the Year in our club again.
Yeah, we should.
So, okay, well, and she was also president of our club. I think I was coming to the meetings a little bit, maybe, I don't know, maybe right after you. Anyway, president of our club in 2012 or 13. And then the following year, she was assistant governor for our district. And it says here, I'm not surprised that she was the originator of our Halloween party, because that's just a natural gift that Lisa has. So, and I was trying to do the math. I think we must be on our 8th year for the Halloween party. So
yeah, I think it's something like that.
Yeah, so way to keep that alive for us. And also, let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, she's been a leader in our club for international service projects too. So, and because that's a passion of hers, you can see she's been on 3 trips to Nicaragua and helping out with one of the 6 areas of focus that Rotary has, which is water and sanitation. So helping out with those kinds of things, and electricity thrown in there as well. And she's attended 2 Rotary international conventions. One of them, I was with you, that was in Toronto.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. I enjoyed that. And last but not least, Lisa is an owner of her own business. Chiavari Chairs and Event Decor Rentals of Dallas. And she rents luxury seating and event decorations for weddings and special events. And she's often very generous with the stuff that she has for her business to help out with our parties and events. So with that, here we have Lisa.
Hi, thanks, Michelle. That was a wonderful introduction. Hey, I have some slides. Can you, I guess, give me access to be able to pull up the slides? Let me see here. Okay, let me start here. Okay, so we have been having this Halloween party for a very long time. And this year, we're gonna have to change it a little bit because of COVID. And we are trying to do it where it's safe. So what we're doing is we're having it still at Greek Isle, but it is going to be, we're going to be set up outside. So for those of you who have never attended the Halloween party, normally it is costume party. So people dress up in costumes, and there's dinner, and we have tables full of silent auction items, and we have a live auction of bake sale items, and we raise money for a charity of whichever we choose. Every year it's different. So this year we're supporting veterans organizations. So what we've done, myself and Michelle and Diana, we do this party every year with North Texas Pioneers Rotary Club that also meets at Greek Isle. So we are going to do sort of a COVID safe version of this year. And it's going to be tomorrow night at Greek Isle. And you can sign up with Sign Up Genius for dinner. So the dinner you can pick up if you don't want to eat in, or you can dine in. You just have to make a note if you feel comfortable dining in. You can eat at Greek Isle, or you can pick it up. And we have different time slots for pickup, so not everyone comes at the same time, starting I think at 5:15, I think at 5 actually, to 8:30 tomorrow night. And there's a selection of 3 different meals: the chicken Florentine, which is absolutely delicious, shrimp and pasta, and the lamb gyro with fries are the 3 different options. And then outside, we're also going to have set up a wine pool. So does anyone know? I mean, I think people that have attended the party, do y'all know what wine pools are? No. So basically, we have donations of wine, and we put them in bags. We staple them, and so you don't know what you're getting. So it's a $20 for each bottle of wine, and then you basically select it, and it's like you open it up to see what kind of wine you get. And it's valued, the wine that's been donated is valued at the lowest at 10, I think maybe the highest is like 50. So there's a full range of wines and values. So we have plenty of wine. I was going to ask for people to donate wine and items, but as of yesterday, we are all good. We have plenty of wine. We have plenty of desserts. So with dinner, you can pick up your dinner, choose your wine, and then we have a bake sale. That's going to also be set up outside. So you buy your wine, dinner, and your bake sale, your dessert, all outside and safe. And the items will be baked by members of our party, of our Rotary Club, sorry. So we have enough of those items too. We have plenty of desserts that we will have for sale. And then normally we have a silent auction. So normally we have tables of items that are donated by our members. And, we have a starting bid, and then you bid it in $5 or $10 increments. So we're doing a little mini version of that, also set up outside. And some of the items, I need to, I guess, fast forward through. I realized I was talking and not fast forwarding through my slides.
Lisa, we're not seeing I'm not seeing your slides.
Oh, do I have to do something to?
You have to share it. You
Yep.
hit that button that says share screen.
Oh, okay. Is it on the
one that looks like your slides?
It's on the bottom of the Zoom screen?
Yes.
Oh, I see it. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. So I've already covered the first slide. The second slide is just pictures of, it's going to take a little while to load because there's pictures in it. Just pictures from our previous parties. We used to do this big group shot outside. We need to do that again. We haven't done that in several years. But every year we would have a costume contest, and there would be prizes for the winners of the costume contest. The dinner is $20, and part of the proceeds go to veterans. Wine pool, $20 each, and then bake sale. Each of the items are going to be labeled. The prices are going to be labeled. And then, as opposed to the, here's a picture of some of the desserts, except for the pumpkin cakes. We're sad about that. It's another story. Anyhow, and here's some of the items we're going to have at silent auction, or not silent auction, but non-auction. We're going to have set prices for some of the items that have been donated this year. And then basically we're just trying to, we have plenty of wine and items for sale and bake sale items. We just need to get everyone to sign up. So there's a sign up genius that Michelle sent out a while ago. If you need it, just let us know. We can send it to you. We may have rain tomorrow night. So it's going to be rain or shine. We're going to bring heaters. We're going to sit outside, and it might be cold and rainy, but we'll be there. And then if you don't even want to get out of your car, let us know, and we'll just hand you, your wine and your dinner or whatever. And you don't even have to get out of the car if you don't want, or if you want to eat in. North Texas Pioneers has 16 members that are coming tomorrow night for dinner, and some of them are actually going to still dress in costume. So it's whatever you feel comfortable with. We wanted to make it safe for everyone. We didn't want to create a super spreader event. So we're trying to be careful, and we will be masked and everything and take all the precautions. But I'd like to open it up for questions, or if Michelle, is there anything that I have missed?
No, I think that's good. We can just take questions, and we got
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
So if someone maybe doesn't want the meal, they can still come and like pull the wine or get a bake sale item, right?
Yeah, yeah, or
Okay.
shop.
Or shop, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you don't need to have dinner. And
In the
then,
chat, I put a link to basically where you can do the sign up genius to buy the meal, or the other sign up genius to donate something.
Thank you.
And that's also on our website under service projects for our Halloween party.
yes, so we just need to get everyone to sign up and come see us tomorrow night. We'll be there from 5 to 8:30.
Lisa?
Yeah. Hey, Clarence.
What time do we need to get the baked goods and stuff there? Can it be right before 5?
We're going to be there setting up at 4 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay.
If you want to come at 4, or you can come at 4:30, and we can make that work too. If you want to come closer to the time that you want to come for picking up your meal, or.
Okay, so 4:30 or so would be just fine to drop that off. Bring it.
Mhm. Yeah, I think so.
I'll be at work tomorrow in Frisco, and so could I give these to someone this evening to take for me tomorrow?
Sure.
Yes.
Michelle,
Yeah,
is it okay
Michelle,
if I
you
bring
want-
them to you?
Yeah, you can, but also we were up at Greek Isles last night picking up shoes and getting those out of Chris's way, Chris Costas. And I warned him there are other people that are bringing things up to him. So
Okay, so I can take them there this evening?
you could take them
Okay.
there this evening. I can text him and let him know, but he knows that desserts
Okay.
and stuff are coming.
I'll just take them there then. Thanks.
I was planning on taking our wines there today as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but we just need to get some more of our members to sign up. We'd love to see some of our new members, many that I haven't met in person. So I would love to see y'all tomorrow night.
Well, Laura and I signed up. Who
Yep.
else signed up? We'll see a show of hands who signed up so far. We've got a tiny few, so we hope to get more members to show up. It's something fun to do. Where, like she said, you don't have to go inside. We're not. We're going to pick up our meal and do takeout as well, but then participate. So we hope that everybody gets involved and have fun and be part of the joy.
And the
James,
desserts.
to go get you something and bring it to you.
Sorry.
Since James is quarantined, I'm like, do I need to pick up something for James and take it to
Oh,
him?
yeah. Good point.
See, Glenn, thank you. My wife is in the background. Lisa, I love the gregarious event. I love when we have an opportunity to spread ourselves. So I'm thinking about a costume, even though I'm quarantined, I'm thinking about a costume to wear and lock up in the car, not even open my windows, just pull out the Greek Isle and just do that.
I love that.
Psychological issues. My wife in the background telling me to shut up.
Well, I was surprised when I found out that some of the North Texas Pioneer Club they were still going to dress up. I was, yay for them. Good for them.
Well, I would
Next year, hopefully we'll all do it in person and have costumes and everything.
Yeah, we've got some awesome desserts too, and most of them are by club members. But a friend of Plano East Club and Gus, the owner of Greek Isles, a lady named Sally, saw us on Facebook, and she makes desserts and sells them and stuff. She's making us a pumpkin cream cheese pie that you could come by, and she's making apple whiskey little mini bundt cakes. So those sound, plus LaShawn already talked about her banana pound cake, which sounds awesome. And Lisa's got a chocolate pie. So there's a little bit of something for everybody there. Glenn's got spicy pecans. So, oh, and Clarence, right. Clarence always brings something figgy. So what are you bringing, Clarence? You bringing
some thick bread and thick preserves.
Awesome.
Oh, wonderful.
I just did a screen share showing what everybody's bringing. So we still, can everybody see it?
Yes.
Yep.
So there's lots of desserts, lots of wines, lots of silent auction items that people can still bring. So please, if you can't attend, at least donate something, because like I said, we're using these funds to serve the veteran community. And so it's all going towards good.
Okay, that's all I have.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you very much, Lisa, very much. Once, like Michelle said, you know, you've contributed so much to the club over the years. And what's cool about this is like your legacy, 8 years running. And so when our newer members, when they're presidents, hopefully they'll continue it 10, 20 years from now. So Lisa will be saying, yeah, 28 years ago, I started this. That was the first time of my 3 times being president.
Oh my goodness. It's fun. To me, it's the funnest event of the year for our club. It really is.
It is a lot of fun. So this one's different because we don't get to be together, but at least we get to do it virtually. And even though we're not going to be able to celebrate together, we're still going to be doing service by the outcome of it, which is just so exciting. So thank you, Lisa, and thank you for everybody who has signed up so far. But now, Lisa, what we do want to do is appreciation for you speaking. As you know, this is something that Michelle started when she was president. So I'm so happy to continue that we we make a donation in your name towards the Rotary Foundation in the name of polio. So I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. Miss Lisa Leach, in appreciation for your time and program, Plano West Rotary will donate $10 in your name to Rotary's Polio Plus Fund, together with the 2-to-1 matching funds from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Your $30 will provide a polio vaccine for about 50 kids. So Lisa, thank you. You're already
That's awesome.
Paul Harris Fellow, and this will just contribute. How many levels are you in Paul Harris Fellow?
2, 3, maybe.
So this will add to your other levels. And so, Glenn, I think, what do you think? Think we should be able to match it? It's a donation in her name, and so we happen to be in our matching period. So you think we should be able to match it?
Sure.
There we go. So it'll be $20 in your name.
Thank you.
All towards fighting polio and eventually COVID. So
Alex, I just have to clarify, I did not start that program of donating. No, I just made the little certificate that you show.
Well, good enough. That's without the certificate, it's not real. So who started it? I thought you started it.
Glenn, did you start it?
Maybe. I definitely had it during my year. I don't know if that was the first year or not.
I think it was.
So
I think.
Glenn started it. Well,
because we used to do books.
We did books for a long time, yeah.
I like the polio. Obviously, that's why I chose to do it. I like this because it's as everybody, if you don't know, polio is our global service project. I mean, we don't think about it, but that is Rotary's global, highest profile, most significant service project. So anything we can do to fight polio, and now we're going to be helping fight COVID. I mean, that's like, if anything, we all got to be focused on that. So if you've seen this new priority and tear from me, it was when I finally clicked on, wow, this is part of COVID. You know? And so I told Glenn, we got to get rid of polio so we can 100% focus on COVID, because we got to vaccinate the whole world, not just kids, like we're doing for polio. So for me, it just really kind of made it a little more significant. Well, we have the opportunity of ending early. Is there anything any members would like to talk about? Because we don't get an opportunity to kind of have free discussions that often. Is there anything anybody wants to bring up or comment or anything?
Welcome to Taha.
Welcome to Taha.
Yeah,
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So obviously, Taha is part of our young adult initiative. So he makes the 6th college student we have in our club. You guys, you don't know how amazing that is, because they are the future of Rotary. Right? And it's just exciting that we have people in our club that are young, that are active. I mean, not only are they Rotarians, they're Rotaractors. So they're like double duty. And so you guys, well, Zane, speaking of, what's going on with the UTD Rotaract Club?
We're not allowed to do any service projects right now, so we're kind of on hold, but that's all right.
And for those that don't know, our Rotary Club also sponsors the Plano Community Rotaract Club, and we often have them involved in our meetings when they choose. And the difference between a community Rotaract Club and a university Rotaract Club is basically what Zane just pointed out. Even though they're college students, they're adults, they're controlled by their university. So UTD is not allowing them to do service projects. Where the community Rotaract Club, they're basically like a Rotary Club. So they don't have an institution controlling their activities. They're, because they're all adults, they're using their better judgment. So from a Rotaract perspective, I think I can't remember, but there's something like 40,000 Rotaract clubs in the world, and the majority of them are global. And only in the United States, 80% of the Rotaract clubs are university-based, and only 20% are community. But in the rest of the world, 80% of them are community-based, and only 20% of them are university-based. And so that's where all the growth in Rotaract is going, because then you get to have these young adults just taking the world by storm and serving their community. Well, to wrap it up, before we move into our 4-way test, I want to remind everybody we're going to be hearing about our pecan sales. So I'm not going to talk anything about it because Michelle and Fred will be telling us all about our pecans, which I don't know how many years we've been selling it. Tom Posey, how many years have we been selling pecans? For those that don't know, Tom Posey founded our club 40 years ago. 41 years ago in January. You're muted. You're still muted. Well, can somebody tell us how long we've been selling pecans? Clarence, how about you? Can you tell us? Nobody knows.
I know ever since I've been a member.
Ever since I've been too. That's 15 years plus.
Yeah, it's a long time. Well, Clarence, you unmuted. How long have we been selling pecans? Do you know?
I don't know, it was at least 20 years, I would say. Because I remember going around as president of clubs all over the area with cases and setting up tables and selling them at the other Rotary clubs.
So a long time. We are known for it. By the way, those who do not know, Clarence is a third generation Rotarian, actually third generation past president. His grandfather met Paul Harris, who was the founder of Rotary, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
Wow.
And Roxanne is a third generation Rotarian. Her grandfather started the Reynosa Rotary Club 80 years ago in Mexico. So it's exciting seeing these multi-generation Rotarians. Well, we got 2 generations with Zane and Ike. That's kind of cool. All right. Well, with that, I'm going to turn this over to Erica, who's been waiting for me to call on her, and she's going to lead us in the 4-way test.
Okay, the 4-way test of things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Rotary. Awesome. Thank you, Erica, and thank you, everybody, for a great meeting. It's great to be back with friends, and hopefully we'll see everybody tomorrow night. Parties, sign up and donate.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.